Hey, welcome to Nassau, Bahamas, where the NIMBY War Room goes where it's always needed. And here on the team, we're looking at not just the great 2025, but also what is next year going to look like. And it's going to be more important than ever. And so before we talk about that change of mindset that's so important as far as beating NIMBYism even before it starts, I just want to do a quick recap of 2025. We started in Kansas City last December on the road NIMBY tips. And when I started that, I had no idea where this journey was going to take us. And over the last 12 months, the War Room and the NIMBY on the road tips went from San Francisco to Miami to Kansas City to Chicago to St. Petersburg to Washington, D.C. And we were on many different waterfronts, from the Pacific to the Atlantic to the Gulf of Mexico, to the Mississippi River and Ohio River, and now here in the Caribbean. It's for those that have been following this channel and this profile, want to say thank you.
Initialize program.
Getting to work here as we're wrapping up the end of the year, one of the most important messages that we try to convey through this War Room channel for your benefit is anticipating that NIMBYism is going to happen, and be surprised if it doesn't happen. And with that mindset, you have a different kind of approach in mitigating the NIMBY risks that are becoming more and more prevalent across the country, particularly in the data center space, which we're going to see more and more of opposition stopping billions of dollars of potential economic development, and also equally important, the AI infrastructure that we need from a national security perspective. But not just in the data center, we see that in renewable energy, we're seeing it in affordable housing and mining, everything else in between, from industrial to residential. We're proud of the fact that we've had dozens and dozens and dozens of videos that you can go to learn all facets of defeating NIMBYism. And here's the most important point that I wanted to share with you as we're having an eye towards 2026. And that is going from looking at NIMBY opposition and engaging it from a PR crisis standpoint, which is very limited, to now a NIMBY risk assessment. And what do I mean by that is, when you're looking at a potential site, you're not just looking at a contract with the landowner, but you're also looking at the social political environment that piece of property is centered. That's like, what's the elected officials' profile? What kind of opposition have they encountered before? Has this property been controversial in times past? Are the outlying neighbors or neighborhoods, are they going to be a NIMBY issue? You should know all those, have the answer to all those questions well before you even think about filing an application. And when you do that, when you're looking at the stakeholder matrix, as I like to call them, and understanding who are the influencers and who are the folks that are going to impact the destiny of your project sooner than later, then you have the edge. You have the political high ground, and now an evolving NIMBY strategy that's going to now give you more control over your project on this chessboard. And that's what we're really talking about here is, how do you play the rules? You're going to change the rules with a new mindset. You're going to also look at changing the rules in the sense that's going to benefit you, instead of playing in the archaic notice and hearing process, which really sets up all projects to be attacked, right? And so by being proactive and looking at NIMBYism as a part of your application process and factoring that in when you're putting all the pieces together, then you can play the chessboard in a more controlled, confident posture. And that's really what this NIMBY War Room channel and On the Road NIMBY Tips is trying to empower you with, is to looking ahead, looking beyond a NIMBY crisis where you have to react to it, versus you anticipated it, you proactively preempted it, and now you are in the driver's seat of your project on the legal, logical, and the chaotic, and you're also in control of the political, emotional capacity. You have capacity of dealing with this third-party voice that's trying to take you out and prevent you from getting the license to operate, either from a delay or defeat, right? So as we're wrapping up, it's great to have had you here with me here in the Bahamas. I want to wish you a happy new year and a great 2026. And we'll be seeing you on the road and in the war room. See you next time.